Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're brand new. I'm so glad to have y'all here. So Happy New Year 2026. I know I've had a little video that went up before this, but I still want to say Happy New Year even though it's already January 3rd. I hope your New Year is getting off to a great start. So I'm going to be sharing my resolutions for 2026. I was up in the air if I wanted to share this because I kind of just thought maybe I wouldn't make a video like this, or like sometimes I don't end up sticking to my resolutions, but I went ahead and did it, and I just thought through stuff that I could improve on, things that would help my life. Maybe it would help you out too. Please let me know if you have any resolutions. If you want to list all of them, list them in the comments, or maybe list a few. Or is there a new hobby that you're wanting to try this year? Let me know down in the comments. I would be so curious to know. So I'm going to go ahead. I've written this down on on January 1st. Today is the 3rd. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and share with you some things that I personally want to improve in my life. So, number one is save money. So, me and my husband are pretty good about saving money, but and when I say save money, I'm talking about my own personal money that I make on the side, coming from donating plasma, selling things on Facebook. That money tends to go pretty fast. You have kids, you're a mom, you understand. But I'm pretty good at saving my change, but I want to get better about just saving money in general. So, and also my daughter starts her senior year of high school in the fall of this year. So I know that there's a lot of extra expenses for senior year. There's the cap and gown pictures and all this other stuff. Obviously, you don't have to do everything, which I probably won't do everything, but there's a lot of things, of course, we're going to do senior year. Okay, and this next one I'm going to say is probably the most important, and it is start going to church and get involved. So if you know me and you know my past, I have gone to church. I've gone to many different churches. I've church surfed, if that's the right word, and I've just always been back and forth. I've had church hurt also in the past, so that kept me away from actually this particular church that I'm going back to tomorrow. But I realized that just because you got hurt at church doesn't mean everybody's bad at the church. And I also want to say that I did go to church last year, but I was real inconsistent. So as a Christian, I just feel for me, for my faith, and for my whole family, I feel it's going to be really beneficial if we're in church consistently. That means every Sunday going to church. Probably not on Wednesdays. I know you can go Wednesdays, maybe Wednesdays sometimes, but at least every Sunday. I just think that would be good because, I always say I'm going to read more of the Bible. So that's also included in this resolution. If I'm going to church, I'm obviously also reading the Bible. I've also started doing a devotion. Since the year started, which we're in day 3 now, I've started doing a devotional with my girls every night. We're going to do a devotional, write down what we're grateful for, and pray. And if they have any prayer concerns or whatever, we're going to do that right before we go to bed. So I'm going to try to make this a habit. Yeah, I just want to be consistent in going to church and really go and, make a connection, get more involved. I know it's going to take a while, but tomorrow's Sunday, so I'm really excited about it. And eventually, I don't have too many dresses, which you don't have to wear dresses to go to church, but I do want to, enhance my church wardrobe and get some, nicer dresses and stuff. Anyway, I just thought I would add that in there. Okay, and the next one is make friends, because I am a big homebody, and I've noticed as I've gotten older and as I've been a stay-at-home mom, my social skills just aren't that great, and I just love staying at home. There's nothing wrong with staying at home and loving your home. And I do want to say I do have friends, but my best friend lives in Arizona, and I don't have too many friends I can just hang out with or talk to, except for all of you, which that's why I'm glad I have my YouTube channel, because I get to connect with people, and I made some friends on Instagram as well. But I just think there needs to be a balance, even if you are a homebody. I do feel it's beneficial to go out and socialize, and it generally overall makes you happier. And also, not just for me making friends, I think that that would also be beneficial for my daughters. If they see me with friends, that'll help them with their relationships. So I feel like it helps me, it helps my daughters, and to have healthy friendships. So I'm hoping also by going to church consistently that I know a few people already at this church, but I'm hoping that I can, make some kind of connection. Maybe it's not at church, but somewhere. And I also know that I need to get out more. Like I said, I stay at home a lot, and I'm sorry, there's a creak in this chair. It's just, I feel like there's a balance between staying at home and going out. No matter who you are, I can be very introverted, so I love to stay at home, watch my movies. But I also know staying at home all the time is not healthy. And I know after about 3 days of staying home, like, I'm ready to go out. So I just feel like there needs to be a balance in everybody's life between going out and staying home. So, yes. Okay, the next one I put is volunteer. I want to get into volunteering. I've never really done that before. This also can go back to church, because I know church does a lot of volunteer work too. But I just want to give back. Maybe work at maybe volunteer at the Salvation Army. I'm not really sure where all I would volunteer, but this is something I definitely want to look into. And once again, I just want to be also a good role model for my daughters. And I want to say my daughter Penelope, who's my oldest daughter, she's very generous. Generosity kind of runs in our family for most people. Some people aren't generous, but she encourages me to help others too. Like she'll see somebody like homeless or whatever. I always say, "Mom, we need to give to that person," or something like that. So I definitely want to volunteer, get into volunteering this year. This next one is post more on Instagram and TikTok. So yes, I have a TikTok now, and I'll try to link that and share my TikTok in my description box. I just started TikTok a few days ago, so if you want to follow me there, that would be great. So I'm trying to grow my TikTok and Instagram. I'll still be here on YouTube a little bit, but I just feel like I'm getting more interaction, and I'm more interested to grow my Instagram and my TikTok right now. So those are the things I'm looking at as well. And then another one is have boundaries, don't accept crumbs. And this is very important too. So you probably see me make a short. I have a family member I'm very close to, but I'm always helping this person out and kind of doting and worrying about this person, and they're not doing the same for me. And so I feel like I'm getting crumbs, what's left over, and I feel like they treat other people in the family better than me. And I don't know, my eyes are really awake to that now. So I don't want to accept crumbs from anybody, I know my worth. I know I'm worth more. I personally can't. My husband's very good at this. If someone treats him bad, they're out of his life, totally. But this is a family member, so I can't totally do that. But I can back off and stuff like that. Yes, that is important. Have boundaries, know your boundaries, and know your worth. Okay, and then in February, I find an extra source of income. I'm already fixed for January. January, my dad's going to visit my sister, so he's going to pay me a little bit for watching Baxter. So, but I thought in February I would try to pick up some houses to clean. I could babysit. I'm going to try to do something. I've even thought about being a waitress when my husband's and kids are at school. And make some tips or something like that. So do something, because like I said, my daughter's going to be a senior in high school, and the older kids get, the more expensive I feel like they get, especially if they're involved in sports or extracurricular activities. That they always need money. You think you can save money, and then right around the corner they'll tell you they need something. So yeah. Okay, and the next one is said go out more, which I've already kind of talked about. Invite people. And I want to say, I don't invite many people to my house because my kitchen's like old and needs to be remodeled. My living room needs to be remodeled, but I've kind of got to get over that. I kind of feel like that keeps us from having people over and socializing, and that's not good. So I want to be more of like a hostess. And like, if you love me, you love me. If you accept me in my house, then you really accept me. And if you don't, then I don't need that. Okay, and then the next one is walk more regularly, maybe even start running. Definitely going to just start out with running. I did walk today. We walked at the mall, me and my daughter. I may go out and walk a little bit around the neighborhood. I'm kind of scared to walk actually in the neighborhood because we have a lot of loose dogs here. People don't take care of their dogs. I'm not trying to say bad things about pit bulls, but I am scared because some people do have pit bulls. It can be idiots. There's other kinds of aggressive dogs, but I don't want to get bit by a dog or a pack of dogs. So I'm trying to walk more in safe areas, like try to be a mall walker. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I'm trying to get more steps in. You can tell I've gained weight. I gained like 10 to 15 pounds in 2025, which is not good. And I'm just like, in my face, there's a lot more, what is the word? There's a lot more, I can't think of the word, but yeah, I've inflated. Inflated's not the right word I'm looking for. There's a lot more water, like on me, like I just need to get my steps in and that. And yeah, both of my girls are actually runners, and I used to be a cross-country runner, so if they're going to start training again for cross-country, like in spring, because they both want to run cross country. So if I can get in better shape by then, I can train with them, and I can run as well. And then I put just down here on the next one, like I've already mentioned, I want to pray with my kids every night. This is a resolution just with me and my kids. Pray with my kids every night before bed. Do a devotional, read a Bible verse, and say what you're grateful for. And I just know how important it is to have a grateful heart. And, you know, whether you battle depression or mental illness, like having a grateful heart can really help with that, and reflecting about what you have instead of what you don't have. And I do want to say, like, I am so thankful. In 2025, I really didn't get sick. And also at the beginning of 2025, in January, I had a very, very tiny lump that the doctor was concerned about. And anyway, I had to have two, what do you call it, x-rays or whatever on it, but it turned out to be nothing. It was benign, so I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, I'm just very thankful for my overall health. So I'm very thankful. I try to say every day when we pray at dinner, when we pray before we eat, how thankful I am. Lord, thank you for letting me open my eyes and have another day with my daughters. Like, Lord, thank you that you let me open my eyes and see another year. Thank you for letting me see 2026, you know? I mean, I don't know. There's some people that didn't make it this long, and I just want to say I'm so thankful that I'm still here. And I have a skip in my step, and I'm ready to go on and do new things. Let me know if you want to try any new hobbies this year. Like I said, I want to get more involved on Instagram and TikTok, get involved at church, make new friends, more income, and what was the last one? Oh, I think I want to learn how to crochet, because I've watched this lady on Instagram that crochets, like makes blankets or whatever, and hats, and I think that that's really cool. I never saw myself as someone like that, but I think that's really, really cool. So that's something I'm interested in as a hobby. Last year I thought it was going to be painting, but I didn't get it. I painted like once, and I didn't do it again, but I might try crocheting. So let me know if you crochet, make blankets, whatever. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go walk. And also, I do want to say one more resolution. I just want to take better care of myself physically this year, because I don't put much effort into my looks the last couple of years. It's a busy mom and wife. I always just do stuff for everybody else, and I could just put myself last. But I know it's important to take care of myself outwardly and inwardly. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you got something out of this. Let me know you have any goals for this year. And thank you so much for being here. Bye, guys.